trying to lengthen your rotation minutes and like kind of get you out of those like little 4 to 5 minute stints that were tough on you. Like, has that helped a little bit? Is he's done that a little bit more for you to get even kind of more of a rhythm out there?
Yeah, I think he's been conscious of that, and I think it helps us, as all as players. The longer you're out there, the more you can fill it out, especially from the point guard position, because most times you're not out there to just chuck up shots and have that kind of role. So you're trying to fill out the game for your team. Sometimes when you're out there 4 or 5 minutes and you look up and you haven't had a shot attempt or you haven't been able to really implement yourself into the game, can allow you to kind of start slower sometimes. So I think him allowing me to play a couple extra minutes, lengthen out those runs a little bit, gives a better flow for the game.
Mike, you guys are fourth in clutch time offensive rating right now after the defensive bottom of the league in that stat a year ago. What do you think are the main differences and changes you guys have tried to install in that area?
I think the biggest thing has been our execution as far as not turning it over, getting it to our guys that we know can take us home in those moments. We're relying a lot on Ant. We're relying on Julius. Guys have made big plays across the board, not just those two, but our attention to detail late game has been really good. We've been able to execute even till last game. We were able to execute our plays and give ourselves a chance to win, and that's how we get better in those instances.
How have you seen Ant specifically adapt to these moments?
Honestly, I think it's knowing what the defense is doing and him reading that. I think there's been games where he'll get off the ball, knowing he's double teamed, and knowing that he's probably gonna get it back, knowing that that the play's not over for him. He still is thinking about the next play mentality, and it allows him to be harder to guard later in the game. So you don't know, normally he would shoot it over everybody, and now he's actually looking for guys late. He gave one to Jaden the other night where Jaden had a wide open three in the corner. We'll take that 100 times out of 100, and just love that he's able to put that and add that to his game, especially late.
With Julius is a compete factor, like when you get to know guys, a team member comes in, how high is his compete level? Do you feel like the fourth quarter game, or what's he feel like?
He's intense. He's intense. He's really obviously competitive. He's used to being in high pressure situations. I think playing in New York, you get used to that. LA, you get used to that, and he's a guy that doesn't run from those moments. And having another guy like that is always great. You got Ant, and having another one that can also become his best self late game and give you what you need is important.
Looked like you kind of got your rhythm back a little bit in that Sacramento game in the first half. It also seemed like you were doing a lot of that two-man game with Rudy. Is that a rhythm setter for you personally?
Yeah, I think it helps a lot. And I think it helps a lot because I think it just, whether I shoot it or not, just me being in the action, having the ball, being in a situation I'm really comfortable in. One of the best screeners in the league, obviously, and best rim runners in the league. Allows you to kind of get into your zone, find different areas of the court that you work on all the time, mid-range to at the rim, lobs, and get into your spots in the perimeter. So I think that definitely helps.
With your comfort level, you said a couple weeks ago you were like, I'm still feeling this out.
Yeah.
Has that improved? By how much has that improved your individual comfort?
Yeah, I feel like I'm actually more like myself this last week and a half than I've been all season, honestly. And it feels, like we talked a little bit earlier about the minutes, just being able to play an extra minute and a half or whatever, what group I'm playing with and what times, and knowing your role a little bit more, like, just new faces, new guys coming in, and I'm probably the most unselfish of them all, so I'll watch everybody, make sure everybody else shoots before I do, and I'll look up and I've only shot it like once or twice. I'm like, all right, I need to inject myself into this game somehow, and it's too late. So I have to, balance that and find that earlier in games, and I think I've been able to do that lately.
Mike, did you guys take anything away from the last 2-minute reports? I mean, they actually said yesterday that Julius traveled on that big shot. Did you guys take anything away from that? And how tough is that to call live?
Oh man, it's a tough sport to ref, but we've been on the other side of that stuff too. So we got away with one. I mean, if that's the case, but I think it all looked good.
Mike, Chris was just saying that how he wanted to take these 3 days to kind of get back to the basics defensively, ball contain on the perimeter, kind of rim protection. Just what do you think are the keys for you guys as a group, sort of getting closer to where you want to be on that end now?
I think it's just being able to practice. We haven't had a chance to practice and rep a lot of the things that we're trying to, do on the court on a daily basis, and we're still, trying to get used to new faces, new guys in our lineups and different lineups that hadn't played together for that much, more than a month or so. And when that happens, you have to, just keep beating it over the head, like, hey, this is what we do. We want to be here. We want to be here. Non-negotiables, like stuff like that has to be a daily thing, and I think practice kind of just gives you a chance to reemphasize that, whether that's being in the gaps or being in the help side, or not only relying on Rudy to rim protect, but everybody being a rim protector in a sense, and guys standing in, taking charges, sacrificing their bodies, and competing on that end at a higher level.